Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Muhammad Muspa Shaheen. In this lecture, I will talk about composite resin. In the topic of composite resin, I will discuss the following points in this lecture. These points are composition of composite resin, types of composite resins, indications of composite restoration, contraindications of composite restoration, advantages of composite restoration, disadvantages of composite restoration, recent advancements in composite resin, indirect composite resins, modes of supply of composite resins, and methods of polymerization. First of all, I will discuss about the composition of composite resin. The major components of composition are resin matrix, inorganic fillers, coupling agents. The other components of the composition are activator initiator system, inhibitors, optical modifiers, color stabilizers, and pigments. If we look upon the resin matrix, it is a plastic resin material that forms a continuous phase and binds the filler particles. Principal monomers are bis-gamma, which is aromatic, discovered in 1962. It is also called bovine resins. The another principal monomer is UDMA, which discovered in 1974 by Foster and Walker. Other monomers are diluent monomers, which are TEGDMA, which is aliphatic monomer, EGDMA HEMA, that forms highly cross-linked polymer structures. If we talk about inorganic fillers, inorganic fillers are reinforced particles or fibers which are dispersed in matrix. Inorganic fillers improve material properties. Inorganic fillers are usually silica or quartz particles. Functions of the fillers are reinforcement of matrix strength and hardness, decrease wear of composite restoration, reduce the polymerization shrinkage up to 3%, decrease thermal expansion and contraction, increase viscosity of the composite and radiopacity, decrease water absorption, and contribute to aesthetics. If any composite resin contains high content of inorganic filler, that will have compromised aesthetics, and if inorganic filler particle is less, it is easy to get a good polished surface, a good aesthetic surface. The another component of the composition is coupling agent. Coupling agents are basically bonding agent that promotes adhesion between fillers and resin matrix. The coupling agent used in composite resin is organosilans. Functions of coupling agent are bind filler particles to resin, allow more flexible polymer matrix to transfer stresses to the higher modulus, which means more stiffer and stronger filler particles, impart improved physical and mechanical properties, inhibit leaching by preventing water from penetrating along the resin filler interface. The other component of the composition is activator initiator system. If the composite we are using is chemically activated. It will have benzoyl peroxide as an initiator, and the activator will be aromatic tertiary amine, which is NN-dimethyl p-toluene. Chemically activated composite is available in two paste form. One is catalyst and another one is base. If the composite is light activated, it will be available in the form of single paste, and the camphorquinone will be photosensitizer, which is present in the composite resin by 0.2% by weight. Organic aliphatic amine initiator, that is dimethyl aminoethyl methacrylate, DMAEMA. The percentage is 1.15% percentage by weight. The other component is inhibitors, which is butylated hydroxytoluene, hydroxytoluene, which is 0.01%. Methoxyphenol, which is another form of inhibitor. Inhibitor extends storage life and provides sufficient working time. These compounds are used in amount of 0.1% or less. Other components of the composition of composite resin are optical modifiers, pigments, which is basically metal oxides, opacifiers, which are titanium dioxide and aluminum oxide, darker shade and opacifiers are present in thin layers, and UV light absorbers are also present. The purpose of to add opacifier is so we can see restoration in the radiographs. Now, there are different types of composite, which are traditional, smart particle, microfield, hybrid, nanofield composites. Indications for composite restoration: anterior buildup or class 4 restoration. In the picture you can see the incisor edge of the center incisor has been broken because of trauma, and we have built the tooth using composite restoration. Another indication for the composite restoration is periodontal splinting. If the teeth have class 2 or even in some cases class 3 mobility, after scaling and polishing we can splint the teeth using wire and composite resin filling material. Composite are also used as a luting cement to cement the crowns and bridges and even veneers. Another indication is congenitally developed dental problem. For example, to treat patients of amelogenesis imperfecta. In picture you can see a patient of enamel hyperplasia, which is treated by composite restoration filling materials. The teeth are built up by using composite restoration filling materials. And the other picture, which is on right side, this case is of hypermaturation, and you can also see the difference. The other indication is composite inlay and composite onlay, which is basically a part of indirect composite restoration. These restorations are made in labs and then cemented into the tooth. The other indication of the composite is to repair old composite restoration. You can see in this picture on left side the previous composite restoration have been failed and we have done new composite restoration, and you cannot judge the where is the new composite filling materials. It is looking like a part of the tooth. And another indication is patients allergic to metals. Some patients are allergic to amalgam restorative filling materials, and for those patients we will use composite restorative material. Composite restorative materials can be used in class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, class 5 and 6 cavity. Composite resin material is also used for cold buildup purposes. In picture you can see the tooth is badly broken and we put a post into the canal after root canal, and we have built the tooth structure around the around the fiber post using composite resin material. Another indication of the composite filling material is to enhance aesthetic procedures like median diastema closure. In this picture you can see there is a gap between the two center incisor, and we have built up the both center incisor equally to close this gap, and this is another example of median diastema. The next indication for the composite restoration is non-carious lesions like erosion and abrasion. And non-carious lesions also include dental fluorosis. We can treat patients of dental fluorosis by composite restorative material. Another indication for the composite restorative material is veneering crowns and bridges. Veneers, crowns and bridges can also be made by composite. Sealants and preventive resin restorations is another indication for composite restorative material. In this picture you can see the Pitt and Fisher caries, and which is treated by Flowell composite. So the contraindications for the composite restorations are: isolation is the absolute contraindication for composite fillings. If we cannot achieve isolation, we will not go for composite filling. Occlusion means heavy occlusion. If patient have heavy occlusion, we will avoid composite fillings. If there are subgingival root surface caries, we will avoid using composite filling material. As you can see in this picture, there are root surface caries. We will not use composite filling materials here because it is difficult to achieve isolation in this part of tooth. The next contraindication for the composite filling is poor oral hygiene, high caries index, habit of bruxism. If patient have habit of bruxism, it will put heavy occlusion forces on the filling, and which results in failing of the restoration. And the other contraindication for the composite restoration is the operator abilities. If the operator is not expert in composite filling material, we will not use composite as a filling material. No. Advantages. Composite has multiple advantages, which are aesthetics, conservation. Conservation means we will not remove the whole structure of the tooth, we will just remove the carious lesion and fill the tooth with the composite restoration. Less complex, obviously it is composite has less complex cavity design as compared to amalgam restoration, used almost universally because amalgam has been absolute in many countries. Strengthening, bonded to tooth structure by micromechanical bond. Composite fillings are repairable, no corrosion, no health hazards like mercury. It is cheaper than porcelain. Disadvantages of the composite restorations are polymerization shrinkage, which results in micro leakage and sensitivity and other problems, which results in failure of the composite filling in the end. Composite fillings are obviously technique sensitive, higher coefficient of thermal expansion. Composite fillings are difficult to done and time consuming. Composite fillings are increased occlusal composite filling have increased occlusal wear, low modulus of elasticity, lack of anti-carcinogenic property, staining, and obviously it is expensive as compared to amalgam and other fillings. Now, recent advances which have occurred in composite restorative materials, these are flowable composites. Flowable composite is created for special handling properties, which is fluid injectability. Introduced in 1996, the flowable composites are characterized by the presence of filler particles that have a particle size similar to hybrid composite, but the filler content is reduced, which results in viscosity. They are launched to improve handling characteristics of existing composites. Packable composites. Packable composites are based on newly introduced concept called Prima polymer rigid inorganic matrix material. This system consists of a resin and a ceramic component. Filler phase, instead of being incorporated, or ground particle present as a continuous network of ceramic fibers. Fibers composed of alumina and silica, which are superficially fused to each other and specific sites to generate a continuous network of small components. Now, antibacterial composites are also available. These composites offer antibacterial properties which are promising, since several studies have shown that a greater amount of bacteria and plaque accumulate on the surface of resin composite restorations than on the surface of other restorative materials or enamel surface. Yamazato et al. In 1994 incorporated a non-releasing newly synthesized monomer MDPB with antibacterial properties into resin composites. Nanocomposites. Inorganic phase is nano-sized. Particle size is 0.1 to 100 nanometer. Increased overall filler level. Nanocomposites are unable to scatter or absorb visible light. Nanofillers are usually invisible and offer the advantage of optical property improvement. It is discovered in 2003. Ormosurds. Ormosurds are organically modified ceramics. Chemically, these are methacrylate substituted alkoxylanes, that is organic, inorganic copolymers. Ormosurds are based on organically modified heteropolysiloxanes. Filler particles are incorporated into these cross-linked inorganic and organic network matrix. Next is compomers. Compomers are polyacid modified resins. MacLean and Nicholson defined it as materials that may contain either or both of the essential components of a glass ionomer cinema, but at levels insufficient to promote the acid-base curing reaction in the dark. Compomer monomers contain acidic functional groups that can participate in an acid-base glass ionomer reaction following polymerization of the resin molecule. A resin polymerization takes place when the compomers are a resin polymerization takes place with the compomers after the material has set completely. The glass ionomer reaction, which is acid base, may then occur in the presence of water. In the presence of water from the oral cavity, the acid functional groups which are attached to the monomer units and have now become part of the polymerized material are able to react with the base, that is glass, to stimulate the glass ionomers reaction. Fluoride is released as a result of this reaction. Next is geomers. Geomers are hybrid of glass ionomers and composites. Geomers have advantages of both of glass ionomers and composites. Resin based and contain pre-reacted glass ionomer particles, fluorosilicate glass plus polyacrylic acid and resin. Geomers employ the use of PRG. PRG means pre-reacted glass ionomer technology to form a stable phase of GIC in the restoration and are known as PRG composites. Next is smart composites. Ivoclar introduced a materials in 1998 named Ariston PHC pH control. Releases fluoride and calcium hydroxide when the pH in restoration in the materials is less than 5.5. The next is ceromers. Ceromers are ceramic optimized resins, laboratory processed inlay only are made by ceromers. Some manufacturers with fiber reinforcement for short span bridges, three-dimensional loaded fillers in a polymer matrix of which two are fluoride releasing. No, we have some indirect composites which are art glass, Bell glass HP, clear fill CR inlay, Coltine inlay system, Cristobal sculpture, Turgis true vitality, Visiogem. Now we will talk about the mode of supply. If the composite is cured by chemical, it is available in the form of syringes or tubes. In the picture you can see chemical cured composite are available in two tubs, which one is base and another one is catalyst. If the composites are available in the form or if the composite are light cured, then it will be available in the form of a single syringe, spill or compules. In the picture you can see single syringes of composite, light cured composites. Now I will talk about method of polymerization. Method of polymerization are self-curing, ultraviolet light cure, visible light cure, and dual light curing. Chemical activation. Chemical activation is also known as cold curing or self-curing. Some composites are chemically cured, or which is basically self-cured. Advantages of self-cured composite are even polymerization rate is 75%, which is very high. Disadvantages are oxygen inhibition, no control over working time. No, light activated composite restorations. Composite restorations can be cured by UV light or visible light. Light cured composite has advantages of ease to use, single paste, less porosity, less sensitivity to oxygen, command polymerization, more color stability, color can be optimized. Light cured composite has better mechanical properties, setting time which is faster cure, and it also have a few disadvantages, which are light cured composite are always used in the form of increments to prevent polymerization shrinkage. It is time consuming, poor accessibility, variable exposure, sensitivity to ambient light. Polymerization shrinkage is happened in light cured composite. Ocular damage, operator eyes can be damaged by light, UV light or visible light, and obviously it is cost effective. It is not cheaper than amalgam. It has more cost. If we compare the chemical activated cured composite and light activated cured composite, in chemically activated composite polymerization is central, and in light activated it is peripheral. In chemically activated, curing is one phase, and in light activated composite it is done in increments. In chemically activated curing, composite sets within 45 seconds, which is very less time period, And in light activated curing composites, it sets only after light activation. There is no control over working time in chemically activated composites, and in light activated composites, operator has control over working time. In chemically activated curing composite, shrinkage is towards center of bulk, and in light activated curing composite, shrinkage is toward light source. In picture you can see, in light activated composite, the shrinkage is towards the light source, and in self cured or chemically cured composite, shrinkage is towards the center of bulk. Now, chemically activated composite can maybe in chemically activated composite, air may get incorporated, and in light activated composite there are less chances of air entrapment. In chemically activated composite, there is more wastage of material, and in light activated there is less wastage of material. Chemically activated composite restorations is not properly finished. Light activated composite restoration has better finish. Now the dual cure mean both it is cured by both chemically and by the use of light. Dual curing composites are two light cure paste dual cure composites are available in the form of two light cure paste, one syringes and tubs. Combines chemical and light curing. Disadvantages are air inhibition and porosities. Dual curing composite are used in cementation of bulky ceramic inlays and onlay. Extra oral curing means use a chemical or light cured composite used to produce an inlay on a tooth or die. This is all about today's lecture. Thank you so much.